Hey, what's going on? Dark Knight here, back with another video. Today we're going to be talking about some gaming news. Mafia 2 is back in the news as of now, and what I want to talk about in this video is what this news is about, and eventually talk about my opinions regarding the news and what I'd like to see coming from this news. So, Mafia 2 is a game developed and published by Take-Two Interactive on August 23rd, 2010. Now, I gotta say, this game is one of my top 10 favorite games of all time because of the storyline, open world style of gameplay, and the setting. Now, there is a lot for you to do in this game. You got the shooting, you got the driving, there's diners, gun shops, clothing stores, gas stations, bars, and even the body shop to customize your vehicles. But what we're focusing on here is not the game, we're focusing on the news. Now, according to IGN, now this is a few days old, Mafia 2 and Mafia 3 Definitive Editions are listed by Ratings Board. Now, what does that mean? So, basically from a tweet here by Nebellion says in this tweet, Mafia 2 Definitive Edition and Mafia 3 Definitive Edition listed for PS4, Xbox One, and PC by the Taiwan Digital Game Rating Committee. So it links a picture here. Now this is coming from their website. It's in a different language, of course. I can't really read what each section of the listing here means. But if you look in the first column, it has Mafia 2 Definitive Editions, and it has a list of 3. And then Mafia 3 has its listing of 3. And that's basically listing for each console, PS4, Xbox One, and PC respectively. So what this means is that there's going to be apparently a definitive edition for the second and the third Mafia games on each console of the new gen, even the PC. And as you see in the second column here, it's listed by Take-Two Asia, who has apparently registered the trademark for this particular game. And now, you look at that and you think, okay, well, when is it coming out? If this is totally a real claim here, when is it coming out? So you look at the last column, and now I can't read what the top lettering is because it's in a different language, so I don't know what this column is representing here. But as you see in the column, 12/31/2020. Now, what does that mean? Now, I'm not really sure this language. I could look it up, but I'm 70 to 80% sure that this column is the release date of Mafia 2, whether it's a hard release date or a loose release date, depending on how far along they are in their production timeline. I'm assuming that they're pretty far into it, and it's been wild that we haven't heard anything leaked or anything until just recently. So what this is saying is, the Take-Two Asia subdivision has registered trademarks for each console and PC of the Mafia 2 and Mafia 3 Definitive Editions. Now, what does that mean? What is the Mafia 2 and Mafia 3 Definitive Editions? What this is each game that was rated on this committee in Taiwan for PC, PS4, and Xbox One is going to be on all current gens. So the gens that are on right now. So what that means is it's a next gen. It's got to be a next gen kind of remaster in a sense. That's what it kind of means. So it's going to be on all the current gen platforms when it launches. So when you click on the individual trademarks of each game for each console, you'll see that the publisher is listed as 2K Games. Now that's not anything surprising. They have produced and published the previous Mafia 3 and Mafia 2 titles on the original, versions. So it's not anything special. Well, Hangar 13 developed the Mafia 3 game. So Hangar 13 Studio is now developing the new projects. But you know that Mafia 2, of course, originally was developed by 2K Jek. But now that that 2K Jek branch has merged into Hangar 13 with other studios in Novato, Brighton, and Prague and Brno. So they've all kind of just developed and merged into one big studio. So, what they're saying here on IGN is that they first heard rumors of a return to these franchises back in 2019, in August. when the initial trademarks were filed. And you look at this information and you think, okay, well, there's nothing credible to it, and it's just like a one-off kind of claim, without any evidence. But then you look here that the definitive edition for Mafia 2 was also rated in Korea, so that does add credibility to the statement, to the claim that there is remastered versions coming out. But at this time, there's no other information released for this game, so we have no clue, any more insight into this whole remaster news here. So what I wanted to do in this part of the video is just really talk about what I think should happen with this remaster, what I'd like to see happen, get my overall opinion on this whole situation. So I'm going to talk about my my top requests and features and stuff that I'd like to see in this game. First of all, I'd like to see for sure is improved graphics. Improved graphics, I think, is a huge deal when a remaster is being made, because that decides whether it's a good remaster or whether it's a poorly done remaster. So if the graphics are improved, here's the couple things that can happen from that. Not only will it bring back the old players from the original game, it will bring on a new set of players that never played the game originally and are just experiencing it for the first time. It'll bring on these new players. It'll draw in a bigger crowd of people who never played, and in turn it'll also help the community, I think. Now that's the one part I want to talk about. The other thing I want to see is improved NPCs. I don't have a problem with how they act, but I do have a problem with the fact that the NPCs kind of repeat every so often. You see the same type of people everywhere, and it's kind of like it kind of ruins the immersion. It kind of ruins the feel of like you're in this virtual city, and it kind of ruins that kind of like I feel like I'm here. It kind of ruins that because it seems like it's repeated NPCs that you see the same face everywhere you walk, so it's like it ruins that whole experience. So I'd like to see them add more diversity to the NPCs and walking around the city, of course, and the ones in the shops. But also, the next thing I want to talk about regarding the game is features. I think they need to add more features to the game, more side quests, side missions, maybe more places to explore. I think they need to open up more spots in the map to go and view, more shops, different kinds of shops, more buildings to explore. I think that would be amazing. I also would like to see more vehicles. They have all these vehicles, but I like to see like different kinds of vehicles that we haven't seen in the first one. They cut some vehicles, maybe add some back, maybe add more. I want to see different variations, of course, of new vehicles from the time period. Maybe they could even get the licensing for the actual names of the vehicles, so they could switch over. But if not, I mean, that's not an issue. I just like to have the immersion of like the actual vehicle names, so that way it feels like I'm actually like it's a real life kind of experience. And that's really what I want to see from that side of the game. But if we're talking about like from comparing from the first game to the remastered game that they're coming out with, I would like to see more mod support. Now, I know a lot about the mod support in the earlier game, because I know for a fact that the developer that made the game, they were pretty lacking on mod support. 2K in general is just a lack of some mod support. They kind of have a disdain for mod support, in my opinion. I know for a fact that Mafia 2, the original, has a file cap limit, so that mods are unable to be used properly and created properly, because I know that if you put a certain amount of mods on your game, it locks the game and breaks the game after a certain amount of files have been added. So I don't know if that was just unintentional issues, or if that was an intentional by the company to limit mod support. My opinion, and I think that the game really does better and the community does better if there's mod support, because I think mods really add good content to the game, and it really makes the game last a lot longer than it would just by the story and the base game itself. So what I hope to see is that in this remaster, mod support is allowed and allowed fully, and that people are able to do what they want, because modders of the original game are so creative. They've come up with some great content, but they're so limited because you cannot do as much with the hard file cap limit. So I'm hoping that 2K realizes that modding is important to this game, and that they allow for full mod support, 100% mod support, and that we can see some good content come out of this game and see really nice features added by modders and more different variations of items and clothing and different things you could do. Because I've seen this stuff. I've played with mods from Mafia 2 for a while now, and I've seen what limitations they're dealing with, and it's kind of sad because, you know, there's some good content on there that just won't be able to get a lot of attention because there's you know, not a lot of support for mods from the developers. So I'm hoping that with this remaster, the mod support is supported fully, and the modders and the creators get a chance to really put work into this game, because this game could be way bigger and much more playable if modders had the ability to really go all in. Mods could change this game. You wouldn't believe the types of mods that are out there right now. Imagine if they had full support and full capabilities. They could do so much more and do a lot more with the game, and in turn the game would be better off for it. So I think that mod support needs to be a thing, and that the developers need to allow mod support and allow, you know, a dynamic range of mods to be used in the game at one time. But other than that, I mean, I don't really have anything else to talk about other than just giving my opinions and talking about this news. You know, of course, this is just what we have now. I'm sure soon enough we'll have more information about this game and what it really is and what they're doing with it, and maybe some early footage of the remaster, which is I'm excited to see, you know, what it looks like and how it plays. I just want one thing I just want to make clear is I hope that they don't ruin the story. They don't ruin the storyline. They don't add new things to the story that hurt it. I don't want to see changes made that ruin the game, because what you don't want is people to buy this Mafia 2 remaster, find out it sucks, and then return to the original Mafia 2 because that one is way better. You got to stay true to the story and stay true to the actual original, but improve upon it and make it better, not limit it and screw it up. Because what I don't want to see is a cash grab or a failure by the company to actually produce a meaningful remaster. And I hope that with this remaster, it's not a cash grab or a quick scam to get a few bucks out of their fan base. So that's all I have to say. Let me know in the comments what you guys think, what your opinions are, what you want to see implemented into the game, and I'd love to hear your thoughts. And if you'd like to see more of these videos, you know, let me know in the comments as well. Hit the like button. Let me know if you want to see more of this. But this is just my thoughts. This is just the news, what I think should happen in the game, what I think I'd like to see. That's going to do it for this video. Again, let me know in the comments what you want to see. Tell me your opinions, what you think about the news. And don't forget to hit the subscribe button, like the video, and turn on the notifications. And if you'd like to see more, again, hit that like button. That lets me know that you want to see more of this content. And yeah, so that'll do it for this video. Hope you guys enjoyed. I'm excited for this game. I'm excited for the news. I'm excited to see what comes out of this, and it's going to be great. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.